Bill Horn is the plate umpire. Bill Russell and Joe Amalfitano having a few words. And the Rockies 2 hours late, but they take the field. We asked Bill Horn, the plate umpire, by phone as we were sitting here waiting and 2 hours had gone by. He said, is there any curfew? Is there some hour whereby you can't start the game? He said, no, if we wait till midnight, we'll wait till midnight to start it. I said, what about the fact there's a day game tomorrow? Doesn't make any difference. So we're going to start it, and you can bet they're going to try and get this thing in if it takes all night. We have a minute, so let's take a look at the Dodger lineup, same as last night. Todd Hollinsworth, followed by Wayne Kirby and Mike Piazza, Eric Karros, Raul Mondesi, and Tim Wallach, Delino DeShields, Greg Gagne, and Hideo Nomo. Bill Swift, a marvelous pitcher when he was healthy, came up with a bad arm, unfortunately for the Rockies, who spent an awful lot of money to get him. In fact, Colorado took a beating economically when they signed Brett Saberhagen and Bill Swift, and both of them went down. Swift underwent arthroscopic surgery June the 13th, and his trainer says that he is on a timetable. By the middle of August, he went out and did some rehabbing, and now here he is making a start. He is no kid. He'll be 35, although he'll be facing a kid, Hollinsworth, to start the game. So Bill Swift, among other things, a ground ball pitcher without a doubt. A wonderful sinker when he's on. He has a hard slider, and he does have a forkball, but because of his recent arm problems, he doesn't use the forkball very much. But his biggest skill, a veteran pitcher who can really set up the hitter, keeps it low and moves around the strike zone. He won 21 games in 1993 for the San Francisco Giants. The year before that, and he led the league in ERA. So the Dodgers going to have their hands full anyway with the weather and the Rockies and Coors Field and the altitude. But Russell's club has won 3 straight, 9 of 11, and we're about ready to finally get it underway. Todd Hollinsworth, who has been playing brilliantly. Strike, and we're underway. Hollinsworth posting big numbers. As you see, he's moving right up with the big boys. 1 ball and 1 strike. He also has 2 home runs, 8 RBIs, and a .432 batting average against the Rockies. 2-1 to count. The Rockies with Galarraga and Young, Perez and Castilla, Burks, McCracken and Bichette, Decker behind the plate. There's a shot fielded nicely by Swift. It goes hand in hand. If you are a sinker ball pitcher in your career, you must, by the very definition of being a sinker ball pitcher, become a good fielder. You're going to get a lot of chances. He stays right with it, in perfect position and follow through. So Hollinsworth losing a base hit, and the batter now, Wayne Kirby. Ken Caminiti, who led off with a 3-run home run. There's a good play by Galarraga. So 2 down on 2 hard sinkers, and if you're an infielder for Colorado, you're on your toes. We showed it briefly. Maybe we could show you again. Ken Caminiti, who is certainly rivaling Mike Piazza to be the MVP. Caminiti, with 2 home runs, has driven at least 4, and the Padres lead the Giants 6-3 in the 3rd. Now here's Piazza. Piazza 1 for 3 last night. Right. One of the many angles to this game, the head-to-head battle with Piazza and Ellis Burks. Burks hitting .344 right back of him, and then the others. There's Ellis, who was the National League Player of the Week. He hit over 600. What a week he had. 0-2 to Piazza. Everybody started umpire. 1-2 the count. As you can see, the rain, although it is not as strong as it looks on your television set, the lights seem to magnify it, but it is raining. Slider got him. Dodgers go 1-2-3 on a couple of hard hit balls, and at the end of half an inning, Dodgers nothing, Rockies coming up. Dodgers fail to score. They go at 1-2-3. Now the Rockies coming up against Hideo Nomo in a light rain at Coors Field. Here's the way the Rockies will stack up. Eric Young at second, Quinton Mccracken, Ellis Burks, and Donnie Bichette. Andres Galarraga, Vinny Castilla, Steve Decker, the catcher. Nefi Perez, we'll tell you more about him a little later. Walt Weiss strained a calf muscle last night, so the rookie Perez will be at short. And the pitcher Bill Swift, who set the Dodgers down in order. Hideo Nomo, he is 15-10, 2-0 against Colorado this year, and he is 3-0 against the Rockies in his career. However, with Nomo, it's a case of where he's pitching, because if you take a look, you'll understand why he's 2-0 and 3-0 as soon as you see what he does at Dodger Stadium and at Coors Field. Look at those scores at Coors Field. And then look at when he pitches at Dodger Stadium. So Hideo trying to keep his record unblemished against the Rockies. Valdez did that last night. Valdez 3-0 and 4-0 in his career. And that's exactly what Nomo's trying to do. So Eric Young, Quinton Mccracken, and Ellis Burks. And Young is just wearing out the Dodgers, hitting .468 against his old club. A drive into right center field and deep. Kirby's going to get his face wet. One away. Any ball hit in the air here by the Rockies elicits a roar from the crowd. But you can understand why. This Rockies team has hit 212 home runs. The National League record is 221. Turned in by the 47 Giants and the 56 Reds. Quinton Mccracken. Switch hitter. Ball one. Another thing about Don Baylor's team, it is a muscle club, but it runs like the wind. It might become the first team in Major League history to do something, and that is hit over 200 home runs and steal over 200 bases. Rockies have hit 212 and they have stolen 192. Ball two, 2-1. And naturally, the last time Hideo Nomo pitched here against the Rockies, they ran him out of the ballpark. They stole 9 bases against him. Ball three. We can tell you now, Tony Gwynn picked up a runner with a scoring fly ball. The San Diego leading 7-3 top of the third inning, and they'll settle for that 1 run. And Mccracken, who can run, is aboard. Mccracken has stolen 14 out of 17, and you can bet Baylor will try to open up the floodgates. And here comes Ellis Burks. Ellis Burks not only had a fabulous week when he was named Player of the Week, hitting .643. He is also a 30-30 player, 30 home runs, 30 stolen bases. That was his week. That's about a month for some players. Burks has also bothered the Dodgers, hitting .341 against them. So there's a lot of heat on Nomo, and he knows it. Quinton Mccracken out of Duke University. High foul down the right field line, out of play, and the count 0-1. The numbers on the walls really don't mean anything here because of the altitude. 347 down the left field line, going to 390, going to 415, going back to 375, but it's almost fiction. 0-1. McCracken goes. The pitch is outside. The throw kicked out of the glove. So McCracken arrived with the ball, and Gagne couldn't hold on to it. Pretty good play by Mike Piazza, but to no avail. There's Gagne breaking, and it looked like the throw might be there. But they both arrived, and you can see the right foot just kicked it right out of the glove. So Gagne should have gotten him, but didn't. It is ruled a stolen base, his 15th. And Nomo in trouble here at the outset. 1-1 the count to Ellis Burks. Ball 2. 2-1. It's amazing in watching McCracken steal to give the club 193 stolen bases. They stole 125 last year. I mean, that's an amazing turnabout to run that much. Well, McCracken at second, 1 out, 2 balls, 1 strike. Back in 1986, Don Baylor was with Boston, and Ellis Burks was a kid just coming up. And Baylor said, "You're looking at a player who's a 30-30 player." Well, Baylor was right. It just took 10 years for it to come about. Hit in the air to right field. Mondesi to the track. Tagging up is McCracken, and he will move over to third. And with a runner at third, that's always a big consideration for Nomo. After all, with his splitter, Nomo has 10 wild pitches. So Galarraga trying to pick him up. 2 out, first inning, no score. Donnie Bichette and then Galarraga. Bichette hitting .321. Splitter in there, 0-1. Donnie Bichette, a 30-30 man. He has a bad knee, and he's going to have the knee rebuilt as soon as the season is over. And they're hoping after the operation, which apparently is a major reconstructive surgery on the knee, he will rehab and work out all winter strenuously, and they hope to have him ready by opening day next year. He had a 9-game streak snapped last night. Check swing. Yes, a swing, says Ed Rappuano, the first base umpire. That's the splitter, and it goes in the dirt, and Bichette unable to hold up. So 1-2 the count. Nice play by Piazza. Bichette hitting .250 against Nomo in the past with 2 home runs, one of them this year. 1-2. Fouled away. This is quite a run-producing team, this Colorado Rockies. They're the 8th team in National League history to score more than 900 runs. Look at that. At Cardinal Club in 1930, with 1,000 runs scored, went into the World Series and lost to the Philadelphia A's. 1 ball and 2 strikes to Donnie Bichette. Two and 2. At the end of 3 innings at Candlestick, San Diego 7, Giants 3. 2-2 to Bichette with Galarraga on deck. Fouled away. There's the big cat who has not hit Nomo at all in the past. Andres Galarraga. Quinton Mccracken at third, 2 out in the first inning, no score. Got him on a splitter. So Bichette strikes out. They leave Mccracken, and at the end of an inning, no score. Jaime Jarrín and Rene Cardenas bringing you all the action in Spanish on the KTLA secondary audio program channel and on KWKW radio 1330 AM. The umpires instructed the grounds crew to scatter sand all around the home plate area as well as the landing area on the mound. There are a few puddles, just a few, way down the left field line where the grass meets the foul line, and down the right field line where the grass meets the warning track. Otherwise, the field would appear to be in excellent shape. Eric Karras to start it off. 1 ball and no strikes. It's been so long since the Dodgers really worked against Bill Swift. It's hard to look at the computer printout and make anything of it. But just as a point of information, Karras is hitting .280 against him. Swift has allowed 2 home runs to be hit by Karras, 1 by Piazza. On the hands, hit foul, 2-2. Eric Karras, 30 home runs, 100 RBIs, and of course back in Brooklyn, Gil Hodges did that in 53 and 54. That 53 Dodger club scored 955 runs and still lost the World Series. Ground ball, fair ball, long throw by Castillo. So 1 away in the second, and the batter will be Raul Mondesi. A nice play by Castillo, throwing from the line. Mondesi, 2 base hits last night, and his stock has been on the rise for quite a while. The old scouts would call Mondesi a Bible hitter. Thou shalt not pass. If that first pitch is anywhere around the plate, he's after it. And he hits one, a blooper into the gap, and it's going to fall. And Raul's not about to stop at first. So a bloop double. Mccracken trying to short hop it and couldn't do it. And as you can see, he had tied Steve Garvey with 66 extra base hits. Now he establishes a Los Angeles Dodger record with his 67. Little fly ball dunker into left center. Mccracken trying, couldn't do it. So the batter will be Tim Wallach. Mondesi always looking ahead anyway, and as soon as that ball landed, you knew he was going to try for 2. So Wallach trying to pick him up. Oh, 1. Wallach has not done very much in the past against Swift. .222 average. Behind him, Delino DeShields. Another strike. One out, second inning, no score. We're in the top of the second. Padres leading San Francisco 7-3. The Padres have beaten the Giants 9 out of 10. The Dodgers still have 3 to play San Francisco, but as usual, it wouldn't be easy. They have split the 10 with the Giants. So no matter how poorly the Giants have been playing, no matter how badly they play against the Padres, when they play Bill Russell and the Dodgers next week, it'll be a war. It has always been, and I guess it always will be. One and two to Wallach. The way the outfield is split on Wallach, as you see, the Giants Tuesday, Wednesday, and Thursday nights, and then the last 3 games of the regular season with the Padres, and that Saturday game, the 28th, is now a 105 game with San Diego. Line drive, base hit. Charging the ball is Burks, and they will stop Mondesi at third. Bad throw. It got away from everybody. Scoring is Mondesi. Down to second goes Wallach. With all of the credentials that we can tell you about Colorado, all of its run production, they are the second worst team defensively in the National League. That error will give them 137 errors. So Wallach, a base hit to left. Burks throw. They had stopped Mondesi. It went over the head of the cutoff man. Got by Decker. Got by Swift. And Mondesi came in with the first run. Ground ball to Galarraga. The plate is Swift. And Wallach takes third. So Gagne coming up with Mondesi in the dugout, bringing home the first run of the night. We assume they're giving the error to Ellis Burks unless we hear otherwise. So the throw, first of all, was a bad throw because it went over Castilla's head. But then why Decker and or Swift couldn't catch it, that's another story. Now we'll see if they're actually going to pitch to Gagne or just give him 4 bad ones and hope he'll bite. Ball 1. Dodgers leading 1-0 in the second inning. Wallach at third, 2 out. Hideo Nomo on deck. I think Swift made a mistake on Wallach. The outfield was playing Tim around to right. There was a big gap in left center, and he was giving him sinkers and sliders away, and then he got a fastball up and on the inside part of the plate, and Wallach took the base hit. That's his point. Ismael Valdez, who pitched so well last night, his biggest problem with his contact lenses. All smiles, picked up a big win. Bill Swift going behind the mound. Valdez last night single to center, single to right, scored a run, knocked in a run, as well as pitching a strong 7 innings. Well, he had a big night. 1-2 to Gagne. And that's going to be hit into left field. That picks up Wallach. And so they pitch to the number 8 man in the lineup. And Gagne says thank you, gets a base hit and a run batted in. So 3 hits in the inning for the Dodgers to take a 2-0 lead. And the batter will be Hideo Nomo. So Wallach, a big RBI, and then eventually comes home as well. Right. Nomo has 9 hits, 2 RBIs, strikes out about half the time. Ground ball to Castilla. So the Dodgers get 2 runs, 3 hits, 1 error, and a man left, and at the end of an inning and a half, Dodgers 2, Rockies nothing. Friends, reminder, tickets for Division Series playoff games that may be played at Dodger Stadium are on sale now. at Dodger Stadium Advanced Ticket Office, Ticketmaster, or by calling 213-224-1-HIT. All orders at Dodger Stadium must be paid in cash. Ticket prices for Division Series playoff games $20, $15, and $10, and are limited to availability. Dodgers leading 2-0. Meanwhile, it is 7-3 Padres, bottom of the fourth inning at Candlestick. Andres Galarraga is now the greatest home run hitter in one season in Venezuelan history. His 45 home runs this year, 2 more than Tony Armas. Oh, you might say big deal, but you can imagine there's a great deal of national pride. Armas hit 43 in 1984 with Boston. Ball 3. The Dodgers like to forget about it, but on June the 27th, the Cat had 8 RBIs in a game against them with 2 3-run home runs. This time, they'll just put him on. Second walk given up by Nomo, and the batter will be Castilla. And the one thing about Castilla that gets your attention immediately, he has 39 home runs. 21 of those home runs were hit on the first pitch. Now, they didn't really keep that kind of tabs on ball players back in Babe Ruth's days, so no one will really know how many the Babe hit on the first pitch. But Castilla sure is the toughest one around. Way out in front of him. Last year, Mo Vaughn had 15 first pitch home runs. Donnie Bichette at 12. Albert Bell 9. Ray Lankford, interesting enough, last year had 25 home runs, none of them on the first pitch. 0-1 to Vinny. Galarraga at first, and suddenly Galarraga is no slouch at running. Might surprise you, the big guy has stolen 17 bases this year. Ball 1. On deck, Steve Decker. There they are, the big guys in the lineup. Castilla and Burks certainly have a chance to have 40. Got him on the splitter. Second strikeout for Nomo, so he's balancing his books for the moment. 2 walks, 2 strikeouts, and Steve Decker coming up. Steve Decker, you may remember, first came up with the Giants a few years ago, back in 1990 to be exact. Ball 1. Decker was signed by the Rockies as a free agent in December. Big guy, 6'3", 220. That's a strike, and the count 1-1. Decker hasn't played since he appeared briefly defensively last Thursday. Another strike, 1-2. A pretty good curveball that time by Nomo. Decker with the Giants, 3 years with the Florida Marlins, and now with the Rockies. 1-2. Gave him a fastball, so it's still 1-2. Interesting news about Jim Leyland, certainly one of the more respected managers in baseball, who has announced A, that he has had it with the Pirates, and B, he would not go anywhere where a manager is already under contract. There goes Galarraga, the pitch in the dirt, and Piazza can't make a play. So Galarraga steals his 18th. Well, 2 stolen bases tonight. That's 11 stolen bases the Rockies have pulled off against Nomo. It also gives the Rockies 194 stolen bases as they try to be the first major league team in history to hit over 200 home runs and steal over 200 bases. Losing his bat and striking out at the same time. 3rd strikeout for Nomo. And the batter will be Nepi Perez. Here's a kid, an heir apparent, somewhere on the infield, probably shortstop. He spells that first name N-E-I-F-I, Nepi Perez. He's from the Dominican Republic. He set a Coast League record at Colorado Springs. In a Pacific Coast League game, he had 7 hits in one game, including hitting for the cycle. Perez is only 21 years old. Well, they figure he's either going to take over for Walt Weiss or maybe play some second base, but he certainly figures in their future. 0-1. Pop fly back at 3rd, down the line. Gagne slanting over, and that's that. So nothing across. They leave Galarraga, and at the end of 2, Dodgers 2, Rockies nothing. In a very light rain here at Coors Field, barely a rain. 2-0 Dodgers going to the 3rd. On this day, a long time ago, 84 years ago, Casey Stengel broke in with the Brooklyn Dodgers. 4 singles, a walk, 2 stolen bases, 2 RBIs. Dodgers beat Pittsburgh 7-3. And of course, that was the year that Stengel took the field at Ebbets Field, got a rousing round of applause from the fans, doffed his cap, and a bird flew off the top of his head. He had a little bird underneath the hat. Ball 1 to Hollingsworth. Todd robbed of a hit. Hard ground ball and a fine play by Bill Swift. Hideo Nomo cleaning off his spikes. That mound is a mess. (2-0) Dodgers, top of the 3rd. Bob Tewksbury has been knocked out. Tewksbury has really been struggling for San Diego. It was his 32nd start, so there might very well be fatigue in there. But he's 1-5 in his last 10 starts. And even though he had 7 runs, he couldn't hang around for the decision. Willie Blair, who at one time pitched here, is now picking up for Bob Tewksbury. Picking up with Marvin Bernard at first, Kim Batiste at second, and Steve Scarson at 3rd, and 1 out. And Mueller the hitter. So bases loaded, 1 out for the Giants in the 4th. 7-3 San Diego. The Dodgers can do a little running of their own. Hollingsworth has stolen 20. Kirby drilled the ball in the first inning, hit it sharply, but right at Galarraga. And he drills this one down the line, but it's foul. It was so close. Foul by a foot or less. Hollingsworth would have scored on it. Instead, he has to go back to first. So Kirby has hit the ball very hard. 2 swings, but nothing to show for it. To Wayne, checking with Amalfitano to see if there might be a play on. Mike Piazza on deck. And he bangs it into right. Hollingsworth is not going to stop. Bichette can't play very well at all out there. Dante never had much of an arm, and with that bad knee, you can really take advantage of him. So the Dodgers at first and third with nobody out, and Mike Piazza the batter. Bichette last night made 2 errors on a play that really helped the Dodgers. Tonight, Ellis Burks made a throwing error. So the Rockies having a lot of problems defensively, and the Dodgers taking advantage of it. And now Piazza with nobody out and runners at first and third. Mike struck out in the first inning. Bill Mueller had a scoring fly ball. Scarzoni scored, so it's now Padres 7, Giants 4. Ground ball to Perez. Easy double play. Scoring is Hollingsworth, and the Dodgers lead 3-0. No RBI for Piazza, who's shaking his head going back to the dugout. We get a report. We're talking about that scoring fly ball by Bill Mueller. It was more than that. We understand Steve Finley made a sensational catch in center field, or he might have cleared the bases. 0-2 the count. Eric Harris. One and 2. Karras grounded to third in the second inning. Slider down and away. 2-2. Sinker, slider. That ball's always moving, and 99% of the time it's going to be down. There's a hopper to the hole. On the grass is EY to get him, and that's the inning. So the double play slowed them down, but they did get a run, and at the end of 2.5, Dodgers 3, Rockies nothing. Dodgers leading the Rockies 3-0, bottom of the third. Let's go to Candlestick quickly. Runners at first and second. Barry Bonds with the count 3 balls and no strikes rips one off Willie Blair into the right field corner. Scoring on the double is Kim Batiste, and despite Tony Gwynn getting it back in, Marvin Bernard also scored. Padres 7, Giants 6. Bonds at second base with 2 out, and Bill Swift a one-hopper to Delino DeShields. 1 away. Outside of that, nothing going on, huh? And the batter will be Eric Young. Eric Young flied to center in the first inning. Dodgers 3 runs, 4 hits. Rockies no runs, no hits, and an error. EY playing great ball and hitting .331 for the year, better than .450 against the Dodgers. Eric Young was lost by the Dodgers in the expansion draft. They just couldn't protect him. He and Eric Karras broke in at the same time, and EY really blossomed playing every day for the Rocks. High fly ball to left center. Hollingsworth along with Kirby. Kirby's the captain. Well, Nomo with 2 out in the third, leading 3-0, and the batter Quinton Mccracken. If Ismael Valdez made some bad pitches last night, and after all he had to, making 90 of them, he made them against Quinton Mccracken in the 6th inning. He walked him, and Mccracken is no threat really to hit the ball out. And when he walked Mccracken, that led to the only 2 runs charged against Valdez. And sure enough, Nomo walked Mccracken in the first inning, and he stole second. The old story with Young and Mccracken, you've got to get them. The other guys, Burks, Bichette, Galarraga, Castilla, they're going to hurt you once in a while. The Giants settle for 3 in the 4th. So the Padres come up in the 5th inning. San Diego 7, San Francisco 6. And Doug Creek is now pitching for the Giants. 1-2. Ground ball to DeShields. And that'll be that. A nice 3 innings for Nomo. Ross will be along in a minute. And at the end of 3, Dodgers 3, Rockies nothing.
Hi, everybody. Thanks for being with us during the 2-hour rain delay in Denver tonight. The Dodgers off to a good start. You know, when you've won 26 of your last 35, a lot of things going well for you. But for the Dodgers, their starting pitchers have won the last 14 decisions in which they've been involved. And Hideo Nomo off to the early lead tonight. Let's go along to the 4th at Coors Field, and Raul Mondesi, who came up with that 67th extra base hit and became the LA Dodgers all-time single-season record holder in extra base hits. Ready to lead it off against Bill Swift. Mondesi doubling with 1 out of the 2nd. And he hits one past Swift down to 2nd, backhanded by EY, and Young's throw got Mondesi. Nice play by Eric Young, who worked so hard on his defense over the last year. 1 away in the top of the 4th inning for the Dodgers, and that'll bring on Tim Wallach. Young, converted outfielder. Wallach singled Mondesi to 3rd in the 2nd, and when Burks threw the ball past the plate, Raul scored. Tim later scored on the base hit by Gagnon. As for the 2nd night in a row, Don Baylor elected to face Gagnon instead of going after the Dodger pitcher. Chopper out to Perez. As he takes his time and throws out Tim. So quickly 2 gone in the Dodger 4th inning. That'll bring on DeShields. He hit that ground ball out the first baseman his first time up. I asked Don Baylor on our post-game KBC Radio Dodger Talk program last night if he'd have Swift on a pitch count tonight. And he said, I'm done with pitch counts because I get wrong every time. I'll leave it up to Swifty to tell me my tank is empty, get someone else up. Well, Swift's in the 4th inning tonight. And he misses lows at DeShields. Swift had only thrown 10 in the 3rd innings all year until tonight. 3-0 Dodgers. Ball 2. Baylor said he wanted Swift to start tonight because, well, first of all, the Rockies have an outside shot at making the playoffs. And if he pitches well, could give Bill a mental boost entering spring training next year. Little topper back to the Rockies pitcher. Galarraga saving that one. 3 ground balls. The Dodgers story in the 4th. And at the end of 3.5, Dodgers 3, Colorado nothing. It's shaping up as a great finish in the National League West. The Giants and the Padres come in next week. Tuesday night, September 24th, the Giants open a 3-game series, followed by the Padres. Team photo weekend during that 3-game series with San Diego. Sunday, the 29th, is sold out, Fan Appreciation Day. And they've announced now officially the Saturday afternoon game, the 28th, is going to be a 105 game, not a night game as originally planned. Ellis Burks leads off with the Colorado 4, 3-0 Dodgers, and Nomo misses low, ball 1. Burks flied to right his first time up. Ellis has had a career year, just like his career was resurrected here at Coors Field. Nomo behind 2-0. Burks can become a free agent at the end of this season, and there's some people in the Rockies organization who say that the Rockies have a decision to make because Burks and Donnie Bichette are really both left fielders. When Larry Walker comes back full time next year, he's going to play right field. Burks doesn't like to play center field. That's high, and Hideo's behind 3-0. Nomo leading the Dodger pitchers in almost every category this year. Wins, ERA, strikeouts, innings pitched. He's got a strike, 3-1. Dodger pitching coach Dave Wallace was saying Nomo is as prepared as anyone on the staff. He knows how to exploit hitters. 3-1 pitch. That's a low ball 4. So Hideo has walked 3 men tonight. Second time he has issued a leadoff walk. And now here's Bichette, who struck out his first time up, and Dave Wall is on the phone. Hideo, unlike most of the Dodgers starters, throws twice in the bullpen between starts because he likes to maintain a feel for the ball. But he's not throwing as many pitches between starts this year. The result is he says he feels stronger than he did last September. Don Baylor has said we're going to run tonight. Nomo has a slow delivery, and Piazza hasn't thrown out many runners. You know, Colorado is 21 for 21 against Piazza this year. Now, Mike can't take all the blame. The Dodger pitchers haven't held the runners on very well. That's up, ball 1, 1-0 to Bichette. 3-0 Dodgers. Nomo has been 2 different pitchers when facing the Rockies. Very good at home, not very good here. And yet he got away with 2 no decisions here. And he's 3-0 against them in Los Angeles lifetime. Fooled, and the count 1-1 to Donnie Bichette. Ellis Burks have not stolen more than 9 bases in the season since 1989. He has 31 this year at the age of 31. That's on the corner. Strike 2. 1-2 to Bichette. Dodgers trying to make it 20 wins in their last 25 games. Looks almost leaning. They're in the 5th inning in San Francisco. The Padres, who once led 6-0, now lead 7-6. Ken Caminiti has 2 home runs tonight for San Diego to give him 36, and a club record 122 runs batted in this year. Bichette went too far. Strike 3. That's the first out in the Rockies' 4th inning. For Nomo, his 4th strikeout, and Bichette's angry at Bill Hahn. He thought he held up in time. .220 strikeouts for Hideo Nomo in about 212 innings. All right, here is Galarraga, who walked and stole second in the 2nd inning. Wayne Kirby is playing about as deep a center field as possible. Ground ball to the right of Gagne. Keeps it from going through. Gets 1. They don't get 2, but a great play by Greg. And they get a force out on Ellis Burks. Gagne smothering that one. And getting the front man. The field is wet. The baseball has been wet. Those are factors tonight, yet the Dodgers get the force out here. All right, here's Vinny Castillo, noted first ball swinger. He has 39 homers this year, and 21 have come on first pitches. What does Nomo give him? Fastball, low and outside, ball 1. Until this season, only 9 of Castillo's 44 career homers had come on first pitches. 3-0 Dodgers, bottom of the 4th. Nomo struck Vinny out the first time up, and he's behind him 2-0. You know, more games have been won at Coors Field this year by teams scoring 10 or more runs than by clubs scoring in single figures. The damp, cool weather tonight would figure to cut down the scoring, you would think. Ball 3, 3-0. So Hideo falling behind hitters. He still is not allowed a base hit. Steve Decker's on deck. the swing. Castillo lifts the fly ball to Mondesi. It's carrying. Mondesi to the track, has a play, and makes the catch. At the end of 4. Dodgers 3, Rockies nothing. Let's play a little Tuesday night baseball trivia. Tell us who led the Dodgers in home runs exactly 10 seasons ago. And we'll have the answer a bit later. We're ready for the 5th inning in Denver. After the 2-hour rain delay, we progressed through 4. The Dodgers lead 3-0. And Greg Gagne, who's singled a run his first time up, leads it off. Bill Swift delivers, and breaking ball fouled out of play. Well, congratulations to the Cleveland Indians. Tonight they became the first Major League team to qualify for postseason play. Cleveland beating Chicago 9-4. Gagne pops it up. Calling for it, the center fielder, Quinton Mccracken. And out. Here's Hideo Nomo. The Colorado relief pitchers have a vegetable garden in the sod farm behind the center field fence here. And now they have a team mascot. A baby pigeon has taken up a home in the bullpen. Its name, of course, Closer. I'll bet old friend Todd Mauldin has something to do with that garden. Hideo takes ball 1. Nomo bounced to third his first time up. For the Rockies, their 128th consecutive sellout at home, although not all the seats are occupied. 1-1 to Nomo. They bring in $1 million each home game here in Denver. And they're on a pace to wind up at $3.9 million in attendance. 2-1 to the Dodger pitcher. Dodger won last night without contributions from Piazza, Karras, and Mondesi. They had 4 singles between them, but none figured in the scoring. The Dodgers still won 6-4. 2-2. The Dodgers got 4 of their runs last night with 2 men out and nobody on in innings. Big win because it meant the Dodgers couldn't be swept here this week. Swift misses 3-2. It was also important that Ismael Valdez goes 7 innings. The Dodgers don't want to burn up their bullpen here with the 4 coming up in San Diego starting Thursday afternoon. That'll do it for Nomo. And for Bill Swift, that's his second strikeout. He got Piazza in the first inning. They have finished 5 innings in San Francisco. The Padres still leading the Giants 7-6. Dusty Baker started a rookie named Steve Soderstrom tonight, and Steve Soderstrom gave up 5 runs in the first inning and was gone. He couldn't get through the first inning. Caminetti had a 3-run homer. The first of his 2 tonight. Here's Hollingsworth, who has bounced back to Swift, walked and scored a run, and Todd sends a chopper out to Eric Young. And another easy inning for Bill Swift. He has retired 8 in a row since Kirby's third inning single. At the end of 4.5 innings, Dodgers 3, Rockies nothing. Okay, you've had a little time to think it over. Who do you think led the Dodgers in home runs in 1986? Franklin Lee Stubbs. He hit 23 that year. Franklin now out of baseball. Dodgers lead in Denver tonight 3-0 at the end of 4.5. We thank you for joining us, everybody. I'm Ross Porter along with Vin Scully and Rick Monday. The Hideo Nomo fan club is here. We had a 2-hour rain delay before we got started. Steve Decker, Nathan Perez, and Bill Swift due up for the Rockies in the bottom of the 5th. Decker struck out his first time, and he takes high, ball 1. Nomo trying to win his 16th. Nomo was the last Dodgers starting pitcher to lose a game. August 21st at home, the night Kurt Schilling pitched a 2-hit shutout for the Phillies. Hit to right field. Mondesi off to his left. One-hands it. 1 out, and that'll bring on the young shortstop, Nathan Perez. He fouled out to Gagne his first time up. Montreal won tonight 7-1 over New York. Jeff Fassero went all the way, pitched a 6-hitter, struck out 10, won his 15th. So the Expos at this hour are a game and a half behind the Padres in the National League wildcard race. Montreal opens a 5-game series in Atlanta Thursday. And remember, they played the final 3 this year in Montreal, the Expos and Braves. Perez is another ball about the same place as the other one, and this is fouled untouched. So Gagne couldn't get through that one. It was 0-1. The St. Louis Cardinals rallied tonight at home. Came up with 4 runs in the 8th and beat Chicago 5-3. Big win for the Cardinals. Ozzie Smith and Ray Langford had back-to-back triples in the 8th to tie it, and then Brian Jordan had a 2-run homer to win it. And the Cardinals reduced their magic number to 8 for clinching the Central Division. That's high, 1-1. Houston lost to Atlanta 5-4. John Smoltz won his 22nd for the Braves. Ron Klesko had a 3-run double. So the Astros are 3.5 games back of the Cardinals with 11 to go in the Central Division. Foul on the screen, 1-2. The Braves announced tonight they will not activate David Justice for the rest of the season or the postseason. There was some speculation that Justice would try to come off that shoulder surgery and play in October, but the Braves said no. Looped out to Wallach for the second out of the inning. Hideo Nomo has been working out of a stretch the last 2 innings. We first saw it when he faced Swift. In fact, it's now into the 3rd inning he's done it. And the first thought was, well, maybe he forgot there was nobody on base. But I think a better explanation is he and Dave Wallace may have talked it over between innings, and Hideo might have said, I just feel more comfortable tonight not winding up. Swift batting for himself, takes a strike. Bill hit a home run off Hideo here last year. He grounded out the second his first time up this evening. Colorado still does not have a hit in this ball game and trails 3-0 in the 5th. 0-2 to Swifty. Chased and missed. So Nomo with his 5th strikeout. The Rockies go 1-2-3 through 5. Dodgers 3, Colorado nothing. Our cool front moved to Denver about 9 hours ago. The temperatures must have dropped 10 to 15 degrees this afternoon. We had light rain beginning around 2 o'clock. More rain is forecast for tomorrow. The Dodgers and Rockies have a day game tomorrow. Pedro Estacio facing Armando Reynoso. We'll have that for you on KBC and the Dodger Radio Network with a 12:05 start your time tomorrow. Giants and the Padres also play tomorrow afternoon in San Francisco. That'll be Andy Ashby and Alan Watson. And then the showdown Thursday afternoon in San Diego. It all begins 7 games in 10 days. Dodgers and Padres. Ramon Martinez and Fernando Valenzuela Thursday afternoon. Wayne Kirby takes ball 1 and then ball 2 from Bill Swift. Yankees and Orioles got rained out tonight in the 1st inning. New York leading Baltimore by 3 in the East going in. They have not announced a makeup date yet. Kirby takes a strike, 2-1. Wayne has bounced out in single. Seattle leading Texas 4-2 at the end of 7. Seattle trying to get within 4 games with the Rangers in the American League West. Kirby might have chased ball 3. 1-2. Detroit's Tigers tonight lost their 100th game, 4-2 to Boston. And Jose Canseco, who's been out most of the year, came back and drew a bases loaded walk to force in the winning run. Broken bat down the right field line. Bichette coming over, and it's a foul ball. 2-2 to Kirby. Piazza on deck, then Karras. Kansas City beat Minnesota 4-2. Milwaukee shut out Toronto 4-0. Ben McDonald won that one, had 10 strikeouts. Oakland leading the Angels 5-0 after 6. Kirby going to the Pine Tar. San Diego failed to score in the 6th inning off Doug Creek in San Francisco. 7-6 Padres in a game San Diego led 6-0 after an inning and a half. San Diego has beaten San Francisco 10 consecutive times. Giants have lost 16 of the last 18. Kirby drives one into the right field corner, and this will be a fair ball. Bichette bare hands. He's gunning it towards second, but Kirby in sliding with a leadoff double. That's the second double of the game for the Dodgers. Mondesi had the double in the second inning that gave him 67 extra base hits and a single season LA Dodger record for extra base hits. Now Piazza, Karras, and Mondesi trying to get Kirby home and add to the Dodgers 3-0 lead. Fifth hit off Swift. We're a little surprised to see Billy out there in the sixth inning. So apparently his arm feels fine. He said, I just want to throw tonight and make sure my arm's okay. Piazza has struck out and hit into a double play. And he takes ball one. How about Jim Leyland telling the Pirates he won't be back to manage in Pittsburgh next year? Speculation immediately centers on the Florida Marlins, and Leyland might be going there. Foul off to the right. 1-1. A few hours after Leyland made the announcement, the Pirates took the field and won their sixth straight, 5-3 over the Reds. Florida beat Philadelphia the other National League game 11-5. Here the Dodgers in front of the Rockies 3-0 in the sixth. Bill Russell happy that his Dodgers are playing so well. Since Billy took over at the helm, the Dodgers have won 30 and lost 14. Ball 2, 2-1. Russell's rotation for the San Diego series starting Thursday. Martinez, Candiotti, Valdez, and Nomo. Valdez, Nomo, Estacio should go against the Padres the final weekend at Dodger Stadium. Mike takes ball 3, 3-1. Kirby at second. Perez trying to sneak in behind him. Nobody out. And Swift 3-1 pitch. Ball 4. 2 on, nobody out, and here's Karras, who's grounded out twice. Swift is one of the better ground ball pitchers in baseball. And you probably know Karras leads the league, grounding into double plays. He bounced into his 25th last night. Frank Funk, Colorado's first-year pitching coach, asking for time and heading out to talk to Swift. And we'll see if the Rockies get somebody up in their bullpen. There's a little movement out there now. 70 pitches, sixth inning, not bad at all for Billy. Steve Reed out of Chatsworth is the first to answer the call. Three nothing Dodgers. Dodgers won last night 6-4. Colorado had a runner at second base with nobody out 3 times last night. Didn't score any of them. They went 1 for 11 with men in scoring position. 2 on, nobody out in the Dodgers sixth. Karras slugs one into center field for a base hit. That's going to get Kirby home. On the way to third, Piazza. 4-0 Dodgers. And Eric Karras has 105 runs batted in. For Karras, 49 RBIs in his last 49 games. Still nobody out. Mondesi coming up. And we'll see if Don Baylor is going to stay with Swift or make a move right here. So Kirby doubled into the right field corner. Piazza walked on 5 pitches, and Karras singled to right center field. Mondesi has doubled and bounced to second. Four runs, 6 hits, no errors for the Dodgers. No runs, no hits, and 1 error for the Rockies. When Colorado bats in the bottom of the sixth, they'll have the top of the order. Young, McCracken, and Burks. One to Monday. Dodgers have beaten Bill Swift only once in 6 decisions. Piazza at third. Karras at first. Nobody out. 4-0 Dodgers. Base hit. Piazza scores. Karras will stop at second. 5-0 Dodgers. So 3 hits plus a walk in the inning. For Mondesi, his 82nd RBI of the year. He has hit .320 since the end of May. emerged yet out of the Rockies dugout. Mondesi going the other way. Very good sign. Wallach is the batter. He has single, scored a run, and rolled to short. Wallach has one sacrifice hit the last 14 years. Don't expect him to bunt here. He takes high, ball one. When the Dodgers have scored 5 or more runs in a game, they have won 57 and lost 5. Now here comes Bailey. So Swift gave him 5+ innings. I think Don would have been very gratified before the game to know Bill could go 5. Swift had tried to go to the 6th, and he just maybe ran out of gas. Double walk, 2 singles, and Bill Swift will leave. Dodgers lead 5-0, and we'll be back in Denver right after this. A little friendly conference there between Messrs. Galarraga, Mondesi, and Mota. Steve Reed comes in out of the Colorado bullpen, taking over from Bill Swift. Remember, Swift had retired 8 in a row coming into this inning. And Don Baylor obviously thought that Bill still had enough left. But Kirby double, Piazza walked, and then Karras and Mondesi each with an RBI single, and the Dodgers up the lead to 5-0. Meanwhile, Hideo is not allowed to hit yet to Colorado. Steve Reed came in Saturday in the 7th inning against Houston. Worked an inning and 2/3. He worked 2/3 of an inning here Thursday against the Braves. Steve's the fellow that Mike Piazza loves to face. Piazza has incredible numbers in this league. Off the top of my head, it's something like 6 for 9 lifetime with 4 or 5 home runs. But Piazza has just scored the Dodgers' 2nd run of the inning. He's back in the dugout. And Reed inherits a 1-0 count to Wallach as he takes over. Reed in his 67th game. Bruce Rubin's been in 68 for the Rockies, and Curtis Lescanic in 66. Karras at second. Mondesi at first. Nobody out. In San Francisco, Al Osuna, who pitched briefly with the Dodgers a couple of years ago, has come in to pitch for San Diego in the 6th. Giants have runners at first and second, 2 out, and the Padres leading 7-6. Rick Wilkins coming up. Had to close the gate before they could resume action here. Giants had a couple good chances to win that game last night in extra innings, or late innings too. Wallach looks at the strike, 1-1. Cleveland's Indians tonight won their 91st game of the year. Atlanta won number 89. You know the Dodgers are tied for the 3rd most victories in baseball. They have 85. The Padres have 85. The Yankees have 85. Breaking ball, sweeps low and outside to 10. Ball 2, 2-1. Coming into July, the Dodgers were 2 games over 500. That was it, 42-40. Now they're 20 games above the break-even line. And Bill Russell says Tim Wallach's one of the reasons. He's made a difference in the clubhouse. 3-1. Since Wallach joined the Dodgers, they've won 25 and lost 9. 3-1. Does Billy play a run and hit here? No speed, and Karras at second. Mondesi can run, and he's got a good lead off at first. DeShields, who's in a slump, is on deck. Reed has to throw a strike. They do not go on ball 4. So they're loaded up for Delano, and Delano is due. Twice he's grounded out tonight. He has 2 hits in his last 37 at bats. Russell sat him down for 4 days. Let Chad Fonville play second base. Chad Fonville had a bloop single in 14 at bats. Chad went back to the bench. Juan Castro could play second. He's had a back injury, but Juan tells me yesterday he's much better. A strike, 0-1 to the Shield. DeShields tries everybody's bat. I'll bet he's tried 7 different Dodger players' bats during the year. Just can't find one that's comfortable. We're in the 6th. Dodgers 5, Rockies nothing. But the Dodgers have Karras, Mondesi, and Wallach out there. Nobody out. Trying to blow it open right here. Strike 2. I'll tell you, every time Delano looks up, it's 1-2 or 0-2. I've never seen anything like it. Now, he takes a lot of pitches anyway. Gagne on deck. Two balls and 2 strikes. Day game tomorrow. Estacio and Reynoso. KBC, the Dodger Radio Network. 5 minutes past noon, the starting time. Karras, who singled in a run, Mondesi, who singled in a run, and Wallach, who walked, are the Dodger runners. Lifted out of play. Still 2-2. Nice catch. Bring your glove. Keep your eye on the ball. They're going to the 9th in Seattle. Mariners 5, Rangers 2. 2-2 pitch to DeShields. Ball 3, 3-2. Steve Reed used to be with the Giants. Gagne waiting his turn. Payoff pitch. Fouled out of play. Nomo has sat on the bench a long time on a cool, damp night in Denver. 5 Dodger batters have hit here in the inning. All 5 have reached safely. 2 have scored. And the Giants have come from 6 runs behind to tie San Diego 7-7. And Glenallen Hill coming up. Glenallen Hill could have won the game for the Giants a couple times last night in the late innings. Now the 3-2 pitch to DeShields. Strike 3 called, and Delano knew it. And now he's 2 for 38. Outside corner. Bill Hahn rings him up. Greg Gagne tonight has singled home a run and fly to center. The Dodgers are missing Colorado's 16-game winner Kevin Ritz in this series. They'll get Armando Reynoso tomorrow. They beat Jamie Wright last night, trying to beat Bill Swift this evening. Breaking ball inside to Gagne, ball 1. First time the Dodgers came into Denver this year, they scored 33 runs in 4 games and lost 3 of the 4. Dodgers 5, Rockies nothing. Top of the 6th. Bases loaded, 1 out. Popped up foul, might be a play. Yes. Caught by Steve Decker. So 1 minute the Dodgers had the bases loaded, nobody out. And now 2 out, still 3 on, and Hideo Nomo is the batter. And the Dodgers about to squander a big chance to build his 5-0 lead. Nomo denies, grounded to third, struck out. Hideo has 9 hits this year and 68 at bats, including 4 doubles. He struck out a little under 50% of the time. So Reed trying to get out of it. All the runs have been charged to Bill Swift. Hit foul off to the right, out of play. The Dodgers have won their last 7 series and 10 of the past 11. The only one they lost was the Phillies at Dodger Stadium, 2-1. Russell looking on as Nomo takes strike 2. Slow curve, 0-2. Well, Alasuna got Glenallen Hill out in San Francisco, so they go to the 7th. Padres 7, Giants 7. San Francisco trying to beat San Diego for the first time in 11 games this year. Reed trying to put Nomo away, and he almost hit the backstop. 1-2. How long has it been since Hideo has thrown a pitch? 20 minutes minimum. Young, McCracken, and Burks do up in the Colorado series. Hideo has 2 runs batted in this year. Karras at third, Mondesi at second, Wallach at first. Curveball hit the short. Perez will lob it to Young for the 4 shots. So out of all that, the Dodgers get 2 runs on 3 hits and leave 3. At the end of 5.5, Dodgers 5, Rockies nothing. We're going to the bottom of the 6th inning in Denver. Hideo Nomo and the Dodgers leading the Rockies 5-0. Colorado still without a hit. But the Dodgers just wasted a chance to give Hideo some real breathing room. Bases loaded, nobody out. The Shields called it on the 3-2 pitch. Gagne fouls out the catcher, and Nomo hits a ground ball to short. Eric Young will lead it off. He's hit a couple of fly balls to center tonight. This is the key for Nomo in the game. Keep EY off base, because he's run wild on Nomo this year. Nomo continuing to work out of the stretch. And the first one misses, ball 1. Remember, Eric Young stole 5 bases against Hideo Nomo in 5 innings the first time the Dodgers came in here. Then he added a 6th later in the game to tie the major league record that day. 2-0. Nomo didn't throw a pitch for a long time. We'll see if it affects him. Hideo tonight has walked 3. That's good for a strike. 2-1. Ismael Valdez was brilliant last night. He retired the first 9 Rockies. About 1 hit through 4, 2 hits through 5. Out of play, 2-2 to Eric Young. Colorado has come from behind to win 36 games at Coors Field this year. Only 6 times have they lost a home game in which they held a lead. They have overcome deficits of 3 runs or more in 18 home victories. That's why the Dodgers wish they could have added a couple more in the top of the 6th. 3-2 to Young. Last night marked only the 9th time the last 39 home games the Rockies have lost. They still got the best home record in baseball, 53-23. 3-2 pitch. High ball forward. So they'll watch Nomo closely now. Leadoff man aboard. For the 3rd time in 6 innings, they've all been leadoff walks. The others to Galarraga in the 2nd and Burks in the 5th. Now here's McCracken. Quinton has walked, stolen a base, and bounced to 2nd. Eric Young stole 8 of his first 30 bases this year with Hideo Nomo pitching. Even though the Rockies are 5 runs down, don't bet against him running. McCracken takes a stride, 0-1. Quinton received a bachelor's degree in political science and history from Duke University while playing baseball and football. McCracken and Eric Young, when he was at Rutgers, well, they both were defensive backs, even though they're not very tall. Nomo off the rubber. There have only been 3 pitchers who've tossed complete game shutouts here at Coors Field in 2 years. Pat Rapp, Tom Glavine, and Mark Thompson. Nomo leading 5-0 in the 6th inning tonight. And he got him picked off. Karras bluffing. Gives it to Gagne. Nomo will get into play. Gagne gives it to Hideo, and EY is out. Big out. So I think Eric was going to go, and Nomo read it well. Held the ball and nailed it. Oh, yeah. So 1 out, bases empty. Young thinking it over. And Quinton Mccracken waiting for the 0-1 pitch. That's high. Mark Dewey came in to pitch for the Giants in the 7th inning, and he got the Padres out. So at the end of 6 1/2, a 7-7 tie. Swing and a miss. Good fastball. 1-2. This could be a productive night for the Dodgers. If they win this game and get a little help from the Giants, that would mean that the Dodgers will go into San Diego in first place, regardless of what happens tomorrow afternoon, either here or in San Francisco. The Dodgers would have a 1.5 game lead. Little high, 2-2. You know, Steve Finley of the Padres has hit 7 home runs against the Giants this year. He had 3 in consecutive at-bats earlier in the summer. 2-2 to Quinton Mccracken. Ball 3-2. They're in the 9th at Seattle. Mariners 5, Rangers 2. J.T. Snow just hit his 17th homer of the year for the Angels at Anaheim. They're on the board, but trailing Oakland 5-1 in the 8th inning. 3-2 pitch. Nomo to McCracken. Tapped right back to Hideo. And for 5 2/3 innings, Hideo Nomo has not allowed a base hit. Ellis Burks coming in. Don Baylor was saying after the game last night, you're not going to bomb the Dodger pitcher. Not the way they're pitching. But still, it's remarkable. Valdez allows no runs the first 5 innings last night. 2 runs in his 7 innings. Nomo comes out tonight. No hitter for 5 2/3 innings. High for a ball. 1-0. Dave Wallace has to be proud of his Dodger pitching staff. They started the night tied with the Braves. Best ERA in the game. Houston scored 4 runs tonight against Atlanta. But John Smoltz still won his 22nd. Mark Wohlder's got his 36th save. Burks takes a forkball for a strike, 1-1. In San Francisco, Dario Veras will go to the mound for the Padres in the bottom of the 7th, and that's 7-7 tie. Dodgers 5, Rockies nothing. Dodgers trying to make it 27 wins or less, 36 games. 1-1 pitch to Burks. Down, ball 2, 2-1. Tim Wally scored a run tonight. Made a big play defensively last night to spear a Galarraga line drive when Colorado was trying to rally. Tim used to play here in Denver. Had 1 minor league season this town at 36 home runs. The old Denver Bears. Comebacker. Nomo helps himself with the glove. And folks, we might have a little story working here. For 6 innings, Hideo Nomo has no hit for the Rockies. Then back in a moment. Dodgers lead at 5-0 as we go to the 7th.
Why, once again, everybody, what about it? Could this possibly be as good a game ever pitched in the history of the game? I mean, to tell you, at Coors Field in Denver, not to allow a hit for 6 innings, the best game ever pitched here. Tommy Glavine last year shut out the Rockies 2-0. So there's a lot on the line, not only the score, the possible no-hitter, plus the reports out of Candlestick, 7-7. So pull up a chair. Stay with us. Let's go to the 7th inning. Hideo Nomo and the Dodgers leading 5-0. And for the Dodgers, it'll be the top of the order. That means Todd Hollandsworth, followed by Wayne Kirby, and then Mike Piazza. Boy, Reed was something else in the 6th. Bases loaded, nobody out. Gets out of it. Foul ball. Hollandsworth robbed of a hit by Swift, walked and grounded out. So Todd is 0 for 2. As soon as we get any more reports out of San Francisco, you'll have them. 7-7. No balls, 1 strike. Sinker missed, 1-1. It's a lot cooler, but there's no rain. Thank goodness. 1-2. Bill Russell moving his club nicely, trying to make it 4 straight, trying to make it 10 out of 12, 20 out of 25. Done a great job. So he's still there, 1-2. Hollandsworth batting .305. Tomorrow, the concluding game of the series, Pedro Estacio and Armando Reynosa. Warm-up time 11:45, game time at 12:05. When Nomo picked off the runner at first base, when he picked off Eric Young, turnabout is certainly fair play because the Rockies excel at picking off runners. Foul ball. Led by Armando Reynosa, the Rockies have picked off 19 runners this year. Though the Dodger runners will have to beware tomorrow with Reynosa on the hill. One and 2 to Hollandsworth. 2-2. When Nomo goes to the hill, he'll face Bichette, Galarraga, and Castilla in the bottom of the 7th. Fouled away. So Hollandsworth making Reed work, and the count stays 2 balls, 2 strikes. Dodgers tonight with 2 extra base hits. On deck, Wayne Kirby double to right. Earlier in the game, Mondesi had a pop fly double. Whack foul. It was a change inside, and Hollandsworth really turned on it. Todd is so eager. In fact, the coaches get a kick out of it. But of course, you understand it's a pennant race. But he'll be at the far end of the dugout, and he might be the 5th or the 6th hitter due up in the inning. He'll be down at the bat rack with the bat, swinging, waiting, eager, as you might imagine. Ball 3. Boy, how well he has played under pressure. And all you can do is shake your head and think of how he will grow from this point. And he hammers that one down the line in the corner, and foul. First base umpire Ed Rapuano down the line had the perfect angle. And he was hustling, to his credit. So Hollingsworth comes back. Hollingsworth with 12 home runs, 57 runs batted in, and almost had another. Three and two to tie. 5-0 Dodgers, top of the seventh. On the corner, Todd was all set to throw the bat away for ball four. So one out in the seventh. You be the umpire. Watch the glove of the catcher. He didn't do a good job. I'll tell you one thing. Becker, the catcher, made it look worse than it was. That was a poor bit of catching on Steve Decker's part. Watch his mitt. Instead of framing the ball, in other words, keeping the pocket of the glove at the plate, he backhanded it, and the umpire still called it strike three. But Decker didn't help at all. The art of framing the pitch. And Hollingsworth probably muttering to himself on that one. 1 ball and no strikes. Usually the plate umpire might be fooled if the catcher frames the pitch properly. But there was a case where Decker did not frame it, made it look worse than it was, and the umpire still called it a strike. Kirby grounded out hard to Galarraga, single to right, double to right. Looked like the kind of a hitter who would feast on the sinker ball of Bill Swift. That's going to cost a strike. 1 and 2. So sinkers and sliders, Kirby really caught up to them. Having trouble now with Reed. One ball and 2 strikes. Wayne Kirby hitting .264. Kirby and Curtis alternating in center field. Dodgers leave here after tomorrow afternoon's game, go to San Diego, and I think Brett Butler will join the club in San Diego and finish out the year in the dugout. Add a little extra moral support. 2 and 2. Nothing new out of San Francisco. It's 7-7 in the seventh. And that's going to be a little flare into right field. So Kirby, who drilled the ball in the first inning, but Galarraga was right there to take a hit away, now gets a bloop single to right, his third base hit. And the batter is Mike Piazza. Piazza has had a tough night, struck out in the first inning, hit into a double play in the third, walked in the sixth. I think the biggest single pitch that Bill Swift made in the sixth inning was the pitch to Karras. Runners at first and second, nobody out. And the first pitch to Karras, who, as you know, hits into a lot of double plays, Swift's pitch was above the belt. And Bill Swift doesn't live up there. He lives down in the basement around the knees and shins. Karras singled in a run, and you knew Swift was about done. Mike Piazza has had some big times at the expense of Steve Reed. First of all, he's hitting .600 against Reed, and he has a double and 4 home runs against Reed. Reed trying to hide the ball back of his hip. Oh and 1. Oh and 2. Piazza last night walked, grounded out twice, and had a leadoff single. Tonight he has struck out, hit into a double play and walked, so he's been quiet in the series. 0-2. 1 ball, 2 strikes. The old pitching coach, he used to talk about working up the ladder on a hitter. You saw Piazza swing at a high fastball, so Reed worked him up the ladder, went a little bit higher, but this time Piazza wouldn't offer, and the count 1-2. Nothing Dodgers, top of the 7th, 1 out. Hit that off the end of the bat, broke the bat. It's a dunker, and Mccracken trapped the ball, I believe, and it's calling out. Ed Rapuano indicating out on a busted bat fly ball to shallow center. So he might take another look at it. Mccracken making a good play on a shattered bat right off the end, and the bat came apart. Now watch Mccracken, a late start to boot. Yep, great call. So Mccracken, an excellent catch to take a base hit away from Piazza. The Q-man, as they call him, Quinton Mccracken. A reminder for a complete wrap-up of today's events. Be sure to join Hal Fishman, Marta Waller, and Stu Nahan with sports for News at 10 immediately following Dodger baseball. Eric Karros grounded to third, grounded to second, and then had a key base hit in the 6th inning when Bill Swift got the ball up above the belt buckle, and it meant a run. Meanwhile, the problem for Reed, as for all the pitchers, see what they use? Nothing very sophisticated. It's just a tongue depressor, the same thing the doctor uses when you say ah. Off speed and in there. Wayne Kirby has stolen 4 out of 6. But up here with Karros and his 31 home runs, the Dodgers might decide to just let Eric try to get him a couple. We'll see. They're going to the bottom of the 8th inning at San Francisco. 7-7 tie. Mueller, Bonds, and Wilkins coming up for the Giants. When Hideo Nomo goes to the mound for the bottom of the 7th, Bichette, Galarraga, and Castilla. And he is not allowed to hit through 6. So Reed, who turned in that great effort in the 6th inning, now trying to keep the Dodgers quiet in the 7th. On the corner, a tantalizing pitch. So Reed sets him down, picks up 3 strikeouts. The Dodgers leave Kirby, and now can he do it? Well, we'll find out. Hideo's heading for the mound. Dodgers leading the Rockies 5-0, bottom of the 7th. Meanwhile, the Padres and the Giants 7-7, bottom of the 8th. And for Hideo Nomo, he is center stage. Hideo's best game as far as fewest hits would be last August. He had a 1-hitter in San Francisco. Dante Bichette struck out twice. Galarraga walked and hit into a force play on a great play by Gagne. And Castilla struck out and fly deep to right. Strike. 0-1. In San Francisco, bottom of the 8th inning, a runner at first, and Barry Bonds the batter. Bonds earlier doubled in a couple. Nomo with 5 strikeouts and opting to pitch from the stretch. On 1. Boy, a good fastball. Whoop. So he cut one loose there in the count 0-2. Big sign in the upper deck in right field. Nomo. There it is. And down goes Bichette as Nomo strikes him out 3 times tonight. For Hideo, 6 strikeouts. Nothing fancy here. He just blew him away with a fastball right down the pipe. So 1 out. And Galarraga, the batter. Yeah, they're dancing up there. Galarraga walked in the 2nd inning and stole and came the closest to a base hit. Big play by Gagne turned it into a force play in the 4th inning. That's ball 1. Burks was aboard. He had walked. Galarraga hit one heading to left field. Gagne could never have gotten Galarraga, but he could go the short way and got Burks on the force. 1-0. High fastball. So Hideo, who used the splitter a lot early, now suddenly working these home run hitters with fastballs. 1-1 to Galarraga. Another fastball hit to right, but Mondesi is there. That thing must have been in a bank of lights. And Raul tried to bend so he could look under the lights and pick up the ball. 2 down, and Vinny Castilla the batter. Well, now, in San Francisco, take a look. Barry Bonds, 3-2 with a runner aboard. And look at that Cadillac trot. Gone, and the Giants have taken a 9-7 lead over San Diego. I don't know. If you're the manager, answer me the question. No matter who's on base, why do you pitch to Bonds? I mean, if there is one man in the Giant lineup who can kill you, it's Barry Bonds. That's at least 4 RBIs for him tonight. It'll be interesting when the Giants come to Dodger Stadium. There are going to be a lot of pitches in the dirt when Bonds is at the plate, I'm sure. Barry with 41 home runs. 1 ball, 1 strike. Fly ball to right center. It's playable. Kirby says he has it. All right, we've gone 7. From now on, it gets serious, believe it or not, at Coors Field in Denver. Hideo Nomo has not allowed a hit. Dodgers leading the Rockies 5-0. Hideo Nomo has not allowed a hit. You know, friends, you can save up to $30 on Dodger starter team jackets and $5 on any Dodger starter t-shirt right now through September 30th at Dodger Stadium. So whether you save on jackets or t-shirts, the Dodgers and starter make a winning combination. You can call 213-224. 1 hit right now, for that matter. The lines are open, and they will remain open until this game is over to order your tickets. We got a long way before this game is over, but Hideo Nomo's name is in capital letters and not just up in the upper right field seats. Brian Ricard will be facing Raul Mondesi, Tim Wallach, and Delino DeShields. The Giants are leading the Padres 9-7 on a 2-run home run by Barry Bonds, his 41st. Bonds with 4 RBIs at least tonight, so he has a minimum of 122 RBIs. The Giants settle for those 2. So it's the top of the 9th inning. The Giants 9, the Padres 7, and the Padres, who have been pulling rabbits out of a hat for about a week now, they'll have Finley, Caminiti, and Vaughn, so you sure can't count them out. They have been playing super. 0-1 to Mondesi. Raul, a pop fly double, grounded out and single to right to drive in a run. Hitting .294. 1-1. So it's been Swift, then Reed for 2, and Ricard. Line drive, base hit, big overhand breaking ball, and Mondesi straightened it out. So for Raul, that's his 3rd hit. He and Wayne Kirby each have 3. Tim Wallach, single to left to set up 1 run, then scored a run himself, grounded out and walked. 5 runs, 9 hits for the Dodgers, no runs, no hits for the Rockies. We're in the 8th. Want to play manager and look ahead. The Rockies in the bottom of the 8th inning. They are due to send up Steve Decker, Nefi Perez, and then Ricard, the pitcher. The number 1 pinch hitter for the Rockies is John Vanderwall, who homered last night. One ball, 1 strike. San Diego trying to find that rabbit again. In the top of the 9th inning, Steve Finley opened up with a single. Jim Poole, who at one time pitched for the Dodgers, is on the hill for the Giants. The batter representing the tying run up there, Ken Caminiti. Caminiti 3 for 4 tonight with 2 home runs and 4 RBIs, and the Padres are asking him to do it yet again. 9-7 Giants, top of the 9th. 5-0 Dodgers, top of the 8th. Fastball got 10. Nomo has a ways. 1 out. Delino DeShields the batter. Delino grounded out twice, struck out looking with the bases loaded in the 6th inning. In looking at the infield, the thing that absolutely amazes me is why Delino didn't try to bunt more often. He bunted the last time we can remember. He bunted against the Cardinals, and he got a base hit, but he hadn't tried it again. Now Decker wants to go out and talk to Ricard. Mondesi at first, 1 out in the 8th. 5-0 Dodgers. Foul ball. 0-1. Game was delayed 2 hours before we actually started, so it's moved along very well. Very cool evening here in Denver. Again, in the bottom of this inning. Due-up. Decker, the catcher. Perez, the rookie shortstop, and the pitcher. One and one. Warm-up time tomorrow on KABC in the network, 11:45. Game time 12:05. Pedro Estacio, Armando Reynosa. 1 and 1. Fly ball to left center. Going back is McCracken to pick it off. Nice play by Q. And now, after asking Caminiti twice and he came up with home runs, here he is with a runner on. A ground ball to third. They're going to get one. They're going to get two. Everybody runs out of miracles sooner or later. 2 down in the 9th at Candlestick, and the Giants are leading 9-7. Rod Beck is the pitcher, and Greg Vaughn the batter. Here's Gagne. Single, fly to center, fouled out. 1 for 3. Ball 1. Dodgers leading 5-0. Giants leading the Padres 9-7. So Poole got Caminiti to hit into the double play, and now Rod Beck is trying to get Vaughn and end it and give the Giants a win. Don't forget, oh yeah, the Dodgers have Big 4 coming up with the Padres. But the Giants will try to play inspired ball, you can bet, when they come to Dodger Stadium. And as long as they have Barry Bonds in the lineup, they're trouble. 2-1 to Gagne. Greg Vaughn just got a base hit against Rod Beck, though the Padres are still alive. Mondesi with 3 hits. He has scored once. Gagne with a base hit to drive in Wallach in the 2nd inning. Two and 1. And that's going to be hit into center. Base hit. Mondesi around second. He's going to keep on going to third. So the Dodgers have first and third with 2 out. And Hideo Nomo coming up. Should get a standing ovation from this crowd. I mean, anybody who can pitch 7 innings here and not allow a hit ought to be carried up to home plate in a gold sedan chair. High foul. Castilla coming over. Might have a play. It's starting to come back. Nope. On the roof of the dugout. Nomo grounded to third, struck out, hit into a force play. Scott Livingstone with a runner at first and 2 out and a fly ball to center. And that's it. The Giants down 7-3 thanks to Barry Bonds among others. Knock off the Padres 9-7, and Nomo a base hit to right to score Mondesi, and the Dodgers lead 6-0. Nomo's 3rd RBI and his 10th hit. Well, Mondesi brings in the run 2nd time. What a night for Hideo. And remember, this game is being televised back to Japan. You can imagine the tremendous interest, the pennant race, Hideo, and the fact the Rockies don't have a hit. Well, here's Hollinsworth. Ball one. High fly ball to center. It's playable. McCracken is there. All right, Nomo running the bases very easily. Decker, Perez, and the pitching spot due up with the Dodgers leading 6-0. And let's see if he can do it in the 8th inning. That would be the standings for the moment. The Dodgers began the day a half a game in front. San Diego lost. Dodgers are still playing, so the lead is 1. Should the Dodgers hold on to it, they would then go to bed tonight, leading the Padres by a game and a half. As Hideo Nomo warms up, we were checking with NHK, the Japanese television company televising back to Japan, to make sure. And they were telling us that right now it is 4:30 p.m. in Tokyo. And you can imagine how the word has spread throughout Japan about what Nomo has done so far and the tremendous interest in what lies ahead. Chad Curtis is now in center for Wayne Kirby, and Terry Jones, a switch hitter, is batting for Steve Decker. Right. So Terry Jones, one of the kids called up, hitting for Decker with Perez on deck. Oh, and 2. No balls and 2 strikes to the pinch hitter here in the bottom of the 8th inning. 6-0 Dodgers. Got him looking, so Jones joins the club. That is the 7th strikeout for Hideo. 1 out in the 8th inning, and the batter now will be Nefi Perez. Perez fouled out and lined out. That's a strike. On deck is the premier pinch hitter for the Rockies, John Vanderwall, who came off the bench last night and hit a 2-run home run into the left field seats. 0-2. Give you an idea of the confrontation when Vanderwall comes up. He set a major league pinch hit record last year. John had 28 pinch hits. So there's going to be some battle in a moment. In the dirt. 1-2 to Perez. Nomo has walked 4 and struck out 7. And what makes tonight particularly interesting is the fact that he's discarded his windup. He's been pitching from a stretch since the very beginning. One and 2. Ground ball to Shields. All right, now we got ourselves a little confrontation. We had 2 kids in Jones and Perez, but now John Vanderwall. John Vanderwall has 16 hits coming off the bench, including 3 home runs, 13 ribbies, and he is a remarkable hitter. Here will be a severe challenge. Starts him with a strike. Vanderwall is your basic first ball fastball hitter. Well, Nomo started him with a big slow curve. 0-1. 0-2. Vanderwall has struck out a little less than 20%. Tough hitter any way you look at him. See him up on the bat too. 1-2 to John. 2 down in the 8th. 6-0 Dodgers. Foul tipped and Piazza is staggered by it. Timeout. That hurt. And on a cold night like this, that really has to hurt. Somebody in the Dodger dugout hollers something over to Mike. 1-2 to Vanderwall. Fastball, a cracked bat, and a pop fly, and Wallach has it. And believe it or not, for 8 innings in Coors Field in Denver, Hideo Nomo has not allowed a hit. Don't go wandering on. Masanori Murakami on the left of your picture then. Pitched at one time here and pitched very well for the San Francisco Giants. Then went back to Japan. Well, Hideo Nomo is here, and is he ever here in Denver? If you're wondering, since the Dodgers are leading 6-0, the big story now is the bottom of the 9th. The Rockies are due to send up Eric Young, Quinton Mccracken, and Ellis Burks. Meanwhile, Robbie Beckett is the pitcher. Robbie 6'5", 225 out of Austin, Texas. Selected in the first round of the free agent draft back in 1990. That will be a strike charged to Curtis. Ismael Valdez, who did very well last night, but he's nowhere near his buddy. Not tonight. Mitch Poole is sitting between Valdez and Nomo. No conversation. Not now. Big chopper off the glove, deflected to Perez, who tries to get him. Almost did, but not quite. So Curtis a base hit. Great effort by young Perez. Neppy Perez, 21 years old. Boy, he's got a lot of talent. So Curtis an infield single. But Kirby had 3 hits. Now Curtis has 1, and the batter is Piazza. Piazza and DeShields are the only batters without hits in the Dodger lineup. 4-1. Piazza has struck out, hit into a double play, walk, shattered his bat, and a fine catch by McCracken. Ellis Burks trying to loosen up his arm out there in left field. In the dirt, that gets away from Jeff Reed, and down to second goes Chad Curtis. 6-0 Dodgers, top of the 9th, and everybody's in a hurry for the bottom half except Bill Russell. He'd like another 5 runs. Again, Eric Young, Quinton Mccracken, and Ellis Burks. Young has walked once. McCracken has walked once. They're tough to pitch to. High fly ball to right. Bichette is there. Tagging is Curtis. Bichette for the catch, and Chad's coming over, and the throw not in time. So an infield single, a wild pitch, and a fly ball, and Curtis is at third with 1 out, and Eric Karros the batter. Eric Karros, a couple of ground balls, single, struck out. Harris got a key base hit to drive in a run in the 6th inning. He has 105. Oh, 1. Estacio and Reynosa tomorrow, and then on to San Diego. In case you're joining us very late, Giants beat the Padres 9-7. Oh, and 2. A little slider in on the hands. Curtis down the line from third, 1 out. 6-0 Dodgers, top of the 9th. Ball 1. Fouled away, so the battle continues. Robbie Beckett against Eric Karros. Curtis down the line at third. And the big story, the last big paragraph, yet to be written. And he'll write it one way or the other. Two and 2. On deck, Raul Mondesi. Eric hitting .254, 31 home runs, 105 RBIs. And Eric hacking away, losing his balance, still up there. It's a little treacherous around home plate with all the sand. It's like taking a big cut at the beach. Lost his balance. 2 and 2. In the dirt, nice save by Jeff Reed. Otherwise another wild pitch. Beckett has only been in one big league inning prior to tonight. The big left-hander out of Texas just really getting his feet wet. Fouled away again. Six runs, 12 hits, no errors for the Dodgers, no runs, no hits, 1 error for the Rockies. And we're in the top of the 9th. And Hideo has a date. Three and 2. Fastball missed. First and third, that'll bring up Mondesi. This copyrighted telecast presented by the authority of the Dodgers, which also employed the announcers, intended solely for the private non-commercial use of our audience. Any publication, reproduction, retransmission, or other use of the pictures, descriptions, and accounts of the game without the written consent of the Los Angeles Dodgers Incorporated is prohibited. So Raul Mondesi with runners at first and third, 1 out in the 9th, and the Dodgers leading 6-0. Mondesi, a pop fly double, grounded out, single to right, single to left. He has scored 2, knocked in 1. He's had a big evening. Monty hitting .295, Curtis at third, Karras at first. Looks like the crowd is actually impatient with Beckett. Of course, they've been here a long time. Ball 2. Meanwhile, all Nomo can do is sit, and the Dodgers hope stay warm. Have not seen one person say one thing to him. They're going to check. Swing, says Rapuano, and the count 2-1. Got to do something. There's no way you can just sit there. So time to clean your spikes. Trying to keep his right hand as warm as possible, wrapped up in the towel. Mitch Poole ignoring his presence. Dave Wallace not saying a word. Piazza walks away. Ashley walks by him. Breaking ball hit down to third. Castillo to second, but a high throw would not have gotten Mondesi anyway. So scoring is Curtis, and the Dodgers lead 7-0. So Mondesi picks up his second run batted in as he forces Karras. All the while, see Nomo? He never moves. If you can keep your head while all about you are losing, there's etc. And there's a shot. I mean, Wallach got all of that, baby. Halfway up the bleachers, and the Dodgers lead 9-0. And so young Robbie Beckett is being welcomed to the big leagues as Wallach put the slug on him. Tim's fourth home run, 19 RBIs, and now Nomo will make his presence felt, giving Wallach a handshake. 3 RBIs for Wallach tonight. It's one fist, 5 knuckles to the other. And then Nomo goes back to his own thoughts again. 9-0 Dodgers here in the 9th inning. The Dodgers with 143 home runs this year. That's lost in the glitter of all the home runs up here. But that's the most home runs for the Dodgers in quite a while. I think it goes back to like 1983. 1-1 to DeShields. Two and 1. Delino grounded out twice, struck out, flied out, 0 for 4. Little bouncer by the mound. EY can't backhand it, and DeShields is aboard. It will go as an infield single. Well, now Hideo getting down by the bat rack just in case. So Gagne, the batter. You know, the rules call for the pitcher to go out on deck. Are you old enough to remember when the leadoff man used to kneel on deck to let the pitcher stay in the dugout, especially in the sunshine on a hot day? But they changed that rule. You play, you get out there in the on deck circle, piled away. So Hideo, who has a base hit and a run batted in tonight, waits his turn. 1 to Gagne. Fouled away. 0-2. It's been Swift, Reed, Ricard, and Beckett. It's like a litany. You say over and over. You wonder if he's thinking it. Young, McCracken, and Burks. Foul ball. Gagne 2 for 4 with a run batted in. 1-2. I think the crowd is thoroughly impatient now. The game is over, they think. 9-0 Dodgers, but they want to see about Nomo and Young, McCracken, and Burks. Fouled away. Almost 5 p.m. in Japan. Ball 3. You know, they have those huge diamond vision type screens at major intersections in Tokyo, and I'm sure with the NHK broadcast and what Hideo has done for 8 innings, the city's going to come to a stop. You can imagine 5 o'clock traffic. If you've ever been there, traffic in Tokyo is like 5 o'clock everywhere in the world at the same time. Ball 4. So that means Hideo will come up with 2 on, 2 out. Dodgers leading 9-0. And now he is getting the closest thing to a standing ovation for an opposing pitcher, I'm sure, here at Coors Field. Hideo grounded out, struck out, hit into a force play, and single to right. Right. Oh, and 2. This is like the overture to a great musical. I mean, it's nice, but come on, let's raise the curtain. And that's what's happening here. The Dodgers have broken the game wide open in the top of the 9th. They've scored 3. They're leading 9-0, so you don't think there's very much of a doubt. Although I must agree, there is no fat lady in Colorado. Not at Coors Field. All right. The inning is over, and now once again the litany. Young, McCracken, and Burks, and Nomo going head-to-head with a no-hitter at Coors Field. Bottom of the 9th inning at Coors Field in Denver. And what so far has happened is what most baseball people felt could not possibly happen, that would be impossible to happen. That anyone could come into this haven for home runs, this nightmare alley, and hold the Rockies to no hits. But that's exactly what Hideo Nomo has done through 8 innings. Because of the importance of the moment, our telecast on KTLA Channel 5 has been joined by ESPN so we can share the moment and the drama with baseball fans around the country. So pull up a chair, and here we go with Eric Young. Strike. Splitter in the dirt, 0-1. The only thing, there were 2 balls hit tonight. One was hit by Galarraga after Burks had walked in the 4th inning. Greg Gagne made a diving stop of the ball. Could not have gotten Galarraga, but he was able to get the force on Burks. That was in the 4th inning. 1 ball, 1 strike. The other, Vinny Castilla, in the 4th inning, hit a long fly ball on a 3-0 pitch. And Mondesi, running parallel to the scoreboard in right field, picked it off. Those were the 2 close to a hit. Fastball hit down to DeShields. 1 away. And now Nomo has done something else you don't see here. He has the crowd at Coors Field rooting for him. Quinton Mccracken coming up. 1 out in the 9th. Mccracken walked, stole second, reached third in the 1st inning, grounded to DeShields, hit back to the box in the 6th. Ground ball to DeShields. He is 1 out away, and Ellis Burks, the National League Player of the Week, is standing in Nomo's way of a no-hitter. Burks is the other player to come close to breaking the no-hitter. In the 6th inning, he hit a comebacker, and Nomo reached up and grabbed it and threw him out. And now the picture will tell the story. Ah, shut up. How does this sound in Japanese? Ken Fukuhara and Masanori Murakami.
さあ野茂ノーヒットノーランに向けてあとアウト1つ。バッターは3番のバークス。ファウル。1エンド1。村上さん、野茂の今の心境は？
1 ball and 1 strike. On deck, Donnie Bichette, who has struck out 3 times. Ellis Burks hitting .348. Fastball missed, ball 2. The way the ball carries here, the inability to really break off a good curveball makes what he has done up to here truly remarkable. 2-1. And now 1 precious strike away. Hideo Nomo has done what they said could not be done. Not in the Mile High City, not at Coors Field in Denver. He has not only shut out the Rockies, he has pitched a no-hitter, and thank goodness they saw it in Japan. Oh, by the way, the Dodgers are a game and a half in front of San Diego. Hideo Nomo, in August of last year, came close. He had a 1-hitter against the Giants, but tonight he did it. What a moment. And what a place to do it. against a team with 212 home runs that had scored over 900 runs, a team that joins only 7 other teams in National League history to score over 900 runs, and he shuts them down completely. 3 plays. Gagne on the ground ball by Galarraga, Mondesi on the drive by Castilla, and Nomo on the comebacker by Burks.